The devil is definitely in the details, especially when it comes to separation and custody agreements. And that's why it is so incredibly important to be advocating for yourself from a position of knowledge. Know what the law is when you go in, because there are some specific ways that I see attorneys try to screw over people, especially people who are not represented by their own attorneys. And the best example I can think of is unreimbursed medical expenses. So what I see happen in these agreements where the parties share kids in common is that the attorney will write in that the parties are going to share unreimbursed medical expenses. So basically any of those expenses not covered by insurance, whether we're talking about a copayment or we're talking about those bills that you get after a service is rendered, whether from a hospital or a regular medical provider, they're going to put in that you are going to share those 50-50. And that might sound fair. That might sound like it makes sense, even especially if you share 50-50 custody of the child or children in question. But that's not what the law says. The law in Virginia says that you'll share those costs pro rata or proportionally based on your income shares. So if he's earning 80% of the income or 60% of the income, he pays 80% or 60% or whatever of those costs. And that can add up even for a kid without complex medical needs, though certainly a kid with complex medical needs is going to add up very, very quickly. And I've seen some cases where those costs are just astronomical. But even for a kid who isn't medically complex, who has kind of just regular needs, if we're talking about orthodontics, we're talking about therapy, we're talking about just an accident, somebody falls and breaks their arm, like these costs can add up really, really quickly. And this is a place that you can end up spending thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, depending on your kiddo, more than you would have been required to pay under the law. So make sure you know what the law is in your state and make sure that you're not giving away more than you have to give away. Don't go 50-50 for something that you could do proportionally if you have the lesser income share. That's not going to be fair to you or to your kiddo. Your kid deserves to receive the best care that both parents can provide, and this gives them the best.